thank you for tuning in to another episode of Potpourri. I'm your host, Janet Barksdale. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Orrin C. Hudson. We want to welcome him to the show. Hello, how are you?
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm great. In
Good.
fact, today is the best day of my life. Would you like to know why?
Why?
I get to meet you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. We're excited to have you. And I know that you have so many things going on, and I definitely want to get into that with you. First thing, you have a book. You're a life coach, you're a life strategist, you are just, a number of things. You hold a number of roles. So tell me about each of those roles, and also what was the inspiration behind you writing this book?
Well, I'm a motivational speaker and life strategist, and I use the game of chess to teach young people how to think about their future. I wrote the book so the kids can have a guideline and a roadmap so they can see some of my famous games, and I also put 21 life lessons embedded in the book.
Okay.
So I want to help people grow, and I want to have a tool so young people can have a tool in front of them where they can solve problems and learn how to outthink the competition.
Okay, so one move at a time, how to play and win at chess and life. So you fused chess, in this book to really make it come alive. How did you come up with that concept?
Well, someone taught me chess and strategies, and I'm just paying it forward. I went to Hayes High School in Birmingham, Alabama, and a teacher taught me how to play the game, and I'm just paying it forward now. And I tell people all the time that it's not about blame, it's about aim. This game is a great tool to teach you that I'm responsible and I win or lose based on decision that I make. So it's personal responsibility, is no blame in this game.
Okay. Now, you were speaking to me about an acronym that you like to use. Could you share that experience with everyone and what it means to you?
Well, the acronym is CASH with a K: knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. And I teach young people to go after this type of cash. 7 people were shot in a robbery for $2,000 in Queens, New York, and I started a educational program called Be Someone to teach young people to go after that knowledge, the attitude, the skills, and the habit. And once you get this cash is king. Once you get this cash, no one can take it away from you. So my acronym is CASH with a K.
Okay, well, that's really good. That's something that is easy to pick up. The children can really grow and learn from that. So, you do have an organization. Tell us a little bit about your nonprofit and what you do under the umbrella of your nonprofit.
BeSomeone.org is a nonprofit organization that uses chess, among other things, to teach young people how to think like a champion, how to make every move count, and how to handle and navigate life challenges. Successful people are not people without problems. Successful people are people who learn to solve their problems. So we teach young people how to solve problems, how to think things through. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this honest? Is this the best move I can make? Make every move your best move. Think things through. Say, wait a minute, what's my best move right now?
Okay. Well, that is good. That's a really good strategy. And also, I wanted to say to you, I read a little bit about your background in terms of different shows that you've appeared on and interviews that you've had. It's really good and interesting to find. So tell me, what has been your favorite experience, if you can classify one as your favorite, in terms of getting to sit down and really, really get into what you do as a person?
On TV or radio, I guess
You can pick one radio and one TV.
I was amazed how I was on Radio 1 station here in Atlanta, and I was amazed. I was on several of their stations. I was amazed at how powerful it was able to get people out to my event. I had an event in November 15th, at the Stonecrest Library, and I was amazed how many people were there because of the radio station. So, the radio station was pretty powerful. I've been on Good Morning America, and I've been on CBS Early Morning Show, and I've been in People Magazine, but I never
Wow.
had people driven to one location like the radio did, so I thought that was kind of amazing.
Okay, so you do find that radio and public access really has power to have a good outreach for people.
Yeah, Radio 1 really got me out there, got a lot of people out there, standing room only, And I'm very thankful for all my other medias I've received. I was blessed to be on WSB TV one time for something that I needed, and through being on WSB TV and CBS and a few other stations, I was able to um, get some work done for my program to help me get things going. So I'm very thankful for that type of relationship as well.
Okay, that's outstanding. So tell us about the event that you had back in November and how impactful it was for you and what exactly you did.
Well, it was November 15th with the Stonecrest Library. Just did what I do. I'm a motivational speaker,
Hmm.
and I empower kids and give them tools so that they can think and solve problems. I teach children that you are responsible for your own success, and that to earn more, you got to learn more. All readers are leaders, and I share with them. I have over 500 books in my home, and that to get to the next level, you got to be a reader, and you have to be a problem solver, and you have to solve other people's problems, and you got to love people, and you got to respect people, and you got to have joy and peace in your life, and what you do for others will come back. Whatever you want in this world, you must give it out. And if you want peace, you got to give peace. If you want money, you got to give money. If you want joy, you got to give joy. You got to treat everyone you meet like the most important person in the world. And when you do that, you realize that love thy neighbor as thyself will automatically come back to you.
Yes. So who has been your greatest teacher?
My greatest teacher has been myself. It's painful to watch some of the mistakes you make. And when I make a mistake, I try to come back and come back stronger. And I tell children all the time that, you're gonna make mistakes in life.
Hmm.
Everybody's gonna fail, but there's no such thing as failure. It's only information. So my greatest teacher is learning from my decisions, learning from myself, and Jesus is a great teacher as well. You can learn some of the things that Jesus did and how he dealt with things and how he stayed positive and how he was able to do things. And so the greatest teacher is probably Jesus. And then I learn from myself because I learn from my mistakes. And there's no such thing as mistakes, as information. So I teach people that, hey, you got to learn and you got to know thyself and you got to study yourself and you got to find out how can you do it better. How can I make it better? How can I get back up and be stronger next time?
Okay. So you pull a lot from your spirituality to encourage and to teach those that you come in contact with.
Well, God is the head of my life, and I get all my strength from God, and God is so good. And I live on my faith. It's impossible to please God without faith. It didn't say finance; it said faith. And so a lot of people are often sidetracked and they give up and they're afraid because of the finances. But you got to have faith, and the faith will help you overcome all the obstacles you want. And just got to believe, and you got to take action. You got to solve problems. You got to better your best. You got to realize that excellence is not enough. You got to be better than excellent. You got to be amazing. When I competed in the World Open Chess Competition, there's like 27 countries competing. So if you enter an arena with 27 countries competing, excellence is not enough because everyone in the room is excellent. You got to be better than excellent. So the formula I give out is 2 words: be amazing.
That's outstanding. So, as an amazing leader, a motivator, an author, what do you do every day? What is your daily ritual? I know that behind every great leader, there is some type of ritual that they do, a routine that they're on. What do you do to keep yourself consistent?
Well, I have 6 children, and my children call me all the time, and I tell them I'm studying and I'm reading, I'm growing, I'm getting information. And they go, what? I go, yeah. And I say, are you doing it? And so they know, you know, I teach them, I try to teach them by example. I say, look, I have over 500 books in my home.
Wow.
And so I show them how I'm learning and I'm growing, I'm researching. I'm always constantly updating my information because people will give you information or you'll read something and it's no longer valid. So you have to make sure you got the latest score and the latest information. Let me give you an example. My brother, he called me. He said, Auburn is losing. I said, He said, I want to be paid. I said, yeah, we got a bet going. He said, he took Alabama, I took Auburn. He said, Auburn is losing. It's 24-0, and Alabama playing at home, and I want to be paid now. I said, what quarter is it? He said, it's halftime. I said, no, wait till the game's over, then I'll pay you if it holds up. But Auburn ended up coming back with it, so it was funny. So yeah, you got to make sure you got the latest and the greatest information, because the information that you have may not be strong enough.
Right. So you have quite a library. That's a lot, 500 plus books, quite a library. So who are some of your favorite authors, and who have you pulled from in your research?
Well, I have one book at home. It has 66 books, and it's called the Bible. And so that's my best book. But I got several authors I really like. I really like people like Wayne Dyer. I got some books by Oprah. I got a book by Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, a lot of people. There's so many I can't name them all. I mean, I have a plethora of books, and I feel that a lot of the stuff we learn is by osmosis. I hadn't read every book on my shelf, but I think a lot of the stuff we learn is by osmosis. I feel smart just looking at my library.
Yes. I'm glad that you've been able to share that experience with us, and really getting into your library, because a lot of times we want to know, what do motivational speakers read? What do they study? What sets them apart from the rest of us, so to speak, and what do you think that is within that we all can pull from? How do you find that place to know, this is my calling, this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
Feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champion. You get feedback, and you got to always constantly try to improve, and you got to always try to uplift and elevate other people. You want to empower you want to give other people tools so that they can empower themselves. I tell people all the time, you are the umpire of your own life, and the only someone can call you out is you.
Yes.
So if it's the B, it's got to be you. If it's the B, it's got to be me. No one's coming to the rescue. So you're responsible for your own success. And the greatest one is in you than he was in the world. So you got to realize that you have the power. And it's beyond measure. But a lot of people are not aware of the power because they don't know what they don't know. So what I try to do is let people know that you have the power. It's all within. Educate means to bring out what's already there. So you already have it inside of you. I'm just letting people know that you can do this, you can do it here, and you can do it now.
All right. Now, on that note, we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with more Potpourri.
Well, chess is considered a sport, right? But here in the state of Georgia, it's being used for far more. A former state police officer has developed a program to help young people be someone. And our Randy Kay reports one activity for achieving that goal involves a game of chess.
Well, our next report comes from CNN's Randy Kay. It's about an organization in Atlanta, Georgia that uses chess to help young people make life decisions. How can Rook to King's Pawn 4 apply to more than a board game? We're going to let Randy and the organization's founder explain.
Here's your chance to choose the news. We're going to tell you about 3 stories. You vote by texting for the one you'd like to see. Using the game of chess to keep kids off the street. Meet a former state trooper, sick of teen crime, who puts his own money on the line to help the next generation. Now your chance to choose the news. The winning story now. A former state trooper is teaching teens chess. It's his way of engaging at-risk kids and taking a bite out of juvenile crime. Our CNN's Randy Kay has the story.
I am somebody. I am a champion.
After seeing a news report of several people being shot in a store robbery for just $2,000, Orrin Hudson, a former state trooper, was compelled to action.
I said to myself, our young people are going after the wrong cash, that we need to teach young people cash with a K. K for knowledge, A for attitude, S for skills, and H for habit.
So he founded Be Someone, an organization that teaches kids how to succeed in life through the game of chess.
Chess is like life because there's no blame in the game. I'm responsible. I will win or lose based on the decisions that I make. And if I make the wrong move, I get the wrong result. and I can make one move and never recover. So you want to think things through before you move, because one move could cost you the game.
We got to get in the game, get in the game, say it.
But in an era where technology is king, Hudson knows this board game might not stack up with the latest video game.
Get your head in the game, head in the game.
Shake hands, gentleman's game.
So he offers a fun challenge that always gets their attention: cold, hard cash.
Oftentimes I put $1,000 on the table, and I say, hey, look, anybody beats me to get $1,000, and I got their attention. And I whip out the $1,000 and I show them, and they go, okay, I'm in.
He knows the kids won't win, but that's okay, as long as they learn that every move has a consequence, just like in life.
That's how I learn.
That's how I learn.
I succeed
I succeed
by learning.
by learning.
Make it okay
Make it okay
to fail.
to fail.
Give them a hand clap. Woo. Who's next?
And after losing time and time again, the money doesn't seem to matter.
$1,000. Can he win it?
Because chess teaches kids to focus, think on their feet, plan ahead, and look at things from the other person's perspective. But there is one more move Hudson wants every kid to learn.
It's less about chess. It's more about making good decisions. It's more about creating value. It's more about never take. The good you do comes back to you. The bad you do will be sad for you. Every move you make has consequences. And if you make the right move, you will get the right results.
Decisions that will hopefully change the world one move at a time. Randy Kay, CNN, Atlanta.
We're back with more Potpourri, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Orrin C. Hudson, who is a motivational speaker and author. All right, we are back. Now, we were talking about a lot of things, and one thing that we haven't talked about yet is you have an event coming up. You told me about the one in November, so tell us about the one that you have coming up this month.
Well, December 20th at Stonecrest Mall at Fairfield Inn and Suites, we're going to do a free, totally free event for the community, my way of giving back to the community and teaching young people how to be a champion, how to walk in peace, you know, peace over violence, brains before bullets, think it out, don't shoot it out, everything up, get your head up, get your pants up, get your grades up, and the big one, never give up. I'm just going to empower young people and give them some tools so that they can outthink the competition and they can think for themselves and they can make smart moves.
Okay, so is this a free event?
It's totally free. But
Wow.
you must RSVP. You got to RSVP at orrin@besomeone.org. So they got to go to my, send an email, and give us your name and address and how many people you want to bring. But it's orrin@besomeone.org. They can come for free, and we want to teach them how to play chess. But more or less, it's less about chess. It's more about making the right moves in life. It's more about make every move your best move. It's more about pattern recognition, recognizing patterns, problem solving, critical thinking, and how to take personal responsibility for your life. And it's no blame in this game. I'm responsible. I will win or lose based on decisions that I make. Not, it's not about blame. So we got to teach young people I'm responsible.
Okay, so Be Someone, besomeone.org is your website. Tell me how you came up with the name for that.
I came up with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln's mother on her deathbed told him, I got 2 words for you, Abe. And she said, be someone, Abe. And Abe took those words all the way to the White House. And so my assignment in life is to empower young people to be someone and never settle for less than you can be. How tall will a tree grow? A tree will grow as tall as it can. But human beings, we have the power of choice. And so we got to teach people to choose all. So you could choose part or you can choose all. I want you to be like a tree. Trees grow to the max. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. And my message for young people, grow as tall as you possibly can and never settle for less than you can be.
That's a great message. Very inspirational. Now, when you're in these settings with the young people and you have, I'm sure all ages, are coming, how do you break it down to each level? Is there a different methodology that you use to speak with them so that they can understand? How have you been,
one of my callings in life is that I'm good at taking something very complex and make it where everybody can get it. Because I'm slow. I'm real slow. I'm one of the slow guys. And so it's, I can explain stuff because I'm slow. I mean, I'm real slow. So
What do
when
you mean when you say slow?
I'm slow, like for an example, I'm slow. I mean, you got to break it down so I get it. So you got to be able to communicate to me on my
Okay.
level. Now I can go high level, I could go low, but I know how to go down to the low level. I can hit you with the laborious or superfluous. I can hit you with that, but I don't want to hit you with that. I can hit you either way. But I break it down where everybody can get it because I give bite size. How do you eat an apple? One bite at a time. So I give them bite sized chunks so everybody can get it. And my
Okay.
method is I say get it, they say got it, and I say good.
Good.
So I say get it, and they say got it, and I say good. So I don't move on until everybody get it. And I break it down, I make it real slow. So chess can be very complicated, but I make it very simple. It's called KISS. Keep it super simple. Keep it super simple.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's been so long since I even touched a chessboard, but I'm sure you're a pro. I know you were playing a
I'm
little.
still learning. The attitude I have is I don't know how to play chess. That's the mindset I have. And that's what I teach children. I teach them that school is never out for the pro, and once you know it all, you're no longer teachable. So
Wow.
stay humble, stay learning, always learn, always better your best. When my children, when they see me, I'm still learning, I don't know, I'm still learning. And they get my mindset. My mindset is that you got to always update your knowledge because information is changing. And if you are not constantly growing in information, people will pass by you. I mean, Kmart's was #1 in retail in the world. Now Walmart got them beat by 10. So see, you got to, AOL was #1 on the
yeah.
internet. Now Google, if you ain't constantly growing and learning, man, people will pass.
Right. So your message is just, be open-minded.
Be
Yeah.
open-minded, always find out what you don't know because the gap between what you know and what you don't know is infinite. The gap is just is unlimited, so you got to always find critical ways where you can improve, where you can grow, and you got to get feedback from people. And even, even some people who you may not, everybody you meet is your teacher. So everyone you meet can give you feedback and can tell you stuff that will help you. So you got to be humble and you got to be willing to listen to people. I learn from little kids when I'm teaching chess. I learn from them. They teach me stuff.
Okay. Well, we can all learn something
Right.
from somebody.
Every day you got to learn, even if it's 4 years old.
Yes.
I learned from a 4-year-old. I was teaching them chess, and they said dollar for dollar. So I learned that dollar for dollar means he took my pawn, I took his pawn. That's dollar for dollar. That's the same trade, even trade. So you learn from the young people.
So what experience would you share? When you have your events and you're in close proximity with these youngsters, you can put your hands on them. What experiences do you share with them to show them that, hey, I'm human, I've made mistakes and here I am. So there's nothing that you can't do. How do you convey that message to them?
Well, I share a story like I went to a chess tournament one time and I lost every game except one. And the game I won is because my opponent didn't show up. So sometimes in life, you will win just by showing up. And I tell them that it's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is information. So make it okay to fail. Make it okay to fail. There's nothing wrong with that. So I went there, I lost 8 games. And I won 1 game. It was 9 games. So I lost 8 games and I won 1. And so my message for young people is that the biggest mistake you ever can do your entire life is to give up. So never give up and never give in and stay in the game. To be first in line, you must first get in line. But most people get out of line, it's too hard, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's laborious, it's too difficult, but you got to stay with it. You got to stay with it. Never give up, stay with it, because you can do this, you can do it here, and you can do it now.
Oh, yes. I love the message. I really do. So what is next for you?
What is next for me? I'm doing more training where I'm learning more myself. And I'm going to do my event on December 20th, obviously, December 20th, from 1 to 4 at Stonecrest Mall. And I'm always trying to grow, and I'm looking to go to different schools and do motivational pep talks, and do workshops. I do work with teachers, I work with students, I work with parents, And I'm always working with administrators, teaching them life lessons and chess and strategies and how to recognize patterns. This game is about recognizing patterns. I played 59 people the other day simultaneously. And when I was playing them, I just look at the board, I see the pattern, I make a move. I look at the board, I see the pattern, I make a move. So pattern recognition is the key to success in all fields. Once you know the pattern, you know what's coming next. Once you know the pattern, you can predict the future because you know and you can position yourself so that you can win.
Okay. Well, I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
See, 2, 4, 6, 8, that's a pattern. It takes 280 days to have a baby. That's a pattern. You say, well, I'm going to try to have the baby before that. No, no. It takes you can't have it in 2 days. It takes 280 days to have a baby. At certain times, it's traffic. At certain times, there's no traffic. Patterns help weather people predict the weather. They go, it's going to rain tomorrow because I see the pattern. Once you know the pattern, you know what's coming next. You say, well, how did you know that was coming? Well, I know the pattern. It takes 280 days as a pattern.
Okay, so you really would consider yourself to be a very routinized person.
I'm a life strategist, and what that means is I study what works. I study what works. So I go places all the time and go, do this here, da, da, da. They go, how did you know? I always see the pattern. I mean, I was driving the other day and I won all the lights. And they go, how did you win all the lights? I know the pattern. I can win all these lights when we drive them. I know the pattern. I see the pattern, I recognize pattern. So pattern recognition allows you to predict and save time, energy, and money.
Okay. All right. Now, what about your team? I know that you seem like you're a one-man show, but realistically,
I have a plethora of people that helps me on a team.
Okay.
If you come to my event, you'll see I have a lot of people on my team. But yeah, you can't succeed by yourself. It takes teamwork to make the dream work.
Yes.
And so team stands for together, everyone achieves miracles. So I have a team. Now in chess, the king is the weakest piece, but the king surrounds himself around other people who can make moves he cannot. Now, if you're the smartest person on your team, you need a new team. So you have to surround yourself around people who can show you some moves. So obviously I have a team, and I'm always learning and growing and stuff like that. So I have a plethora of people that's on my team, and I'm always learning, and I have several coaches and stuff like that. So you always got to try to get better. You always got to try to improve, and you always got to better your best. Oh, I wrote a song called Be Someone, by the way.
Oh.
And I wrote a song called Get in the Game, and I wrote a song called Cash is King. So I got several songs that I wrote. I try to connect with the young people. I try to meet the young people where they are before I get them to go where I want them to go.
I love it. That's outstanding. Now tell us, before we go, where can we get this book?
BeSomeone.org, www.besomeone.org. And you just go to my website, and we'll rush you a book out.
All right, outstanding. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming today. You've really given us some really great information, and I applaud you for the work that you're doing.
Yeah, well, we need more people to join us in our efforts, BeSomeone.org. We're looking for volunteers, we're looking for vendors, we're looking for people who wants to be a part of the solution. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We're teaching these young people how to be a champion, how to think things through, how to choose peace over violence, brains before bullets. We dedicate it to the children, and we dedicate it to the community, and we love people to join BeSomeone.org.
Thank you all for tuning in to Potpourri. We hope you enjoyed the show. I've been your host, Janet Barksdale.